This corn right here, well, I'm holding that up because all of it is completely flattened. Do know that St. Joseph County's Metro Homicide Team has taken over this investigation. About half of St. Joseph County residents are still not vaccinated, but the demand that led them to open mass vaccination sites like the one here at St. Hedwig's is just not there anymore. Obviously, the placement of it here at Goshen High School was really meant to target teenagers. I have to really say it's been almost constant of people coming up to us saying that there is a lot of work that needs to be done, and the Housing Authority's executive director says the same thing. Some of these homes in this neighborhood, you can see, look at this one right here. It's been pretty torn up, and that's because it's being used for training for firefighters at the moment. The reason things are taking so long is because those really powerful winds snapped power poles, so power restoration crews have had to bring in brand new ones like these. One of the most disturbing things for people who live in this area is that Cowles lives just feet away from a house where 2 children live. The doctor concluded that he likely was not able to move as he bled out on the floor. Senator Braun did not say definitively whether or not he had been vaccinated himself. Governor Holcomb was in town today to open this mass vaccination clinic. He says increasing vaccinations and hospital capacity are just some of the reasons he's okay with not mandating masks. We learned this 14-year-old boy is facing 3 charges. Those include murder, felony murder, and child molestation. Here at Memorial Hospital in South Bend, they have no ICU beds left. The debate has been raging around the U.S. Postal Service and whether it's equipped to handle the strain the November elections will put on the system.
I'm going to go vote in person.
And why is that?
Oh, come on now. You cannot trust any of this nonsense.
We wanted to know how long would it take for mail-in ballots to get to their destination, or if they'd get there at all. We contacted the St. Joseph County Clerk's Office to see what size envelopes they use to mail ballots and how much they weigh. Then we rented a post office box at the same post office the Clerk's Office uses. After all that, we took 100 envelopes and stuffed them each with 3 pieces of paper to mimic the weight and numbered each one. After a lot of licking, labeling, and stamping, we were ready to send them out. We sent some of them home with members of our staff, and the rest we mailed out from places across St. Joseph County. We started in Lakeville, then over to Walkerton, up to North Liberty, New Carlisle, South Bend, Granger, Mishawaka, and Osceola. We checked our P.O. box less than a week later, and all 100 envelopes made it to the post office. That was welcome news to St. Joseph County Clerk Rita Glenn, whose office is expecting mail-in voting like they've never seen before.
There's definitely concerns, and the voters are concerned also.
Yeah, you guys have been getting calls.
Oh, inundated with calls.
Glenn says her office has already received thousands of applications for absentee ballots. During our 15-minute interview, 33 more came in online. She says people have grown increasingly concerned about whether their vote will be counted if sent by mail, and fairly so, but she wants to assure people that the post office is working with them.
We've tried to keep our communications open with the local post office. We constantly call them if we have an issue. We got a little hotline that's saying, hey, what's going on here? But what we've also done is have worked with the post office.
Glenn says it's important for voters to be informed about dates and deadlines if voting by mail and not waiting until the last minute. As for claims made by President Trump about widespread fraud in mail-in voting, Glenn says not in her office.
I don't care what your party affiliation is. You took an oath and you have a job to do. Let's get it done.
Take our streets back!
We take our streets back!
Block by block, step by step, South Bend's leaders taking to the streets, demanding an end to the epidemic of gun violence in the city. Gunfire has become a near daily occurrence in the city's neighborhoods, teens oftentimes doing the shooting and falling victim to it.
When I talk to the youth, they say nobody cares about us. You know, that's something that's a significant thing that's happening. How do we let our new youth know that we love you, we care about you, and we're going to invest in your future?
South Bend has witnessed more than a dozen shootings so far this month, one of them claiming a life earlier this week. What is it going to take? I mean, I feel like we've been here before, right? Last year was bad. We've done these sort of things. People have spoken out. What's it going to take to change?
Well, this is not just happening here in South Bend. This is happening across the country. Gun violence is going up. It's an epidemic. You know, we got to bring hope to our people in our community. People got to know that they feel wanted and loved in this community. And in order to do that, it takes the community that takes back their neighborhood.
The message from leaders today focused on the city's youth, some saying that's where this work starts, by lending support.
We want to be in community with these young folks. We want to walk the streets with these young folks. We want to have some front porch sessions with these young folks. A lot of them are piled up in houses. A lot of them are hungry. And so again, it's just taking the love and the spirit straight directly to them.
Everyone, including Police Chief Scott RUSZKOWSKI, admitted that locking people up is not the only solution.
We're here to fix. We don't want to continually be punitive. We think and believe that people deserve a second chance.
So what they want to see is community members stepping up and coming forward with information that can bring people to justice and prevent future shootings. They say if you see something, say something and get help.